We'll now begin the Crystal Palace press conferences with coach Oliver Glasner and player of the match, Adam Wharton. Same rules apply with regards to languages. For questions, please raise your hand and identify yourself to my colleague Joe over there.
Hello everyone, if you can raise your hand. The gentleman in the middle here in the second row. If we wouldn't mind making it one question per person, that would be helpful, thank you.
Translated.
Good evening. First of all, big congratulations, an amazing match, but I have a question on the player. You had just one shot in the match and it ended up changing the whole final. You had quite a little bit of the space in that moment. In the end, it was the decisive shot. So what was going through your mind in the decisive moment? Did you think you would like to pass, or the shot was the best option? Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
No, I was looking for the pass first. I don't shoot too much, as you've probably just said there, one shot. But yeah, as I was going forward with the ball, I was originally looking for a pass, sorry. I seen Munoz was at the back post. I was going to play it to him when I was getting a bit closer, and then they just kept going back when there was more space. So I got close enough to have a shot, and yeah, thankfully it ended up going straight to JP. So it was a good shot.
Can you pass the mic down to Ed? Thank you.
Hi, this is to Oliver, please. First half wasn't the greatest display from either team, but what did you say at half time? Because your team came out the second half just transformed.
Yes, you know, it's often in a final that you don't go in from the first minute, and I think first game was how we expected it. You know, had a great chance right at the end. Also, in this moment, Adam decided to cross and then found T. Mitchell on the far post. And second half, we said, okay, it keep going. We will get our chances, and the goal was, I think. I don't like to praise an individual player, but I think both sixes, Adam and Daichi, played very, very well today, because we knew they will press us with -1 player and they keep a +1 in the back. And then it was, how quick can we switch the side? And in this moment, we found it with Dani Munoz to Daichi Kamada with one touch to Adam, and then he had a lot of space, so we could find the right player, and then it was the right decision. And I think this goal gave us a lot of confidence, because then we were really electric. So we played forward with incredible free kick from Jeremy Pino, the next chance from JP, and honestly I was a little bit worried, because very often, I don't know if you say the same in English, is when the goals you don't score, you concede, and we could have decided it. And then of course it's just 1-0. They went all in, all the tall players up front kicking the balls long, but yeah, we defended then so well as a team, and so at the end I think we deserved the win.
Sorry, Bobby, yeah.
Hi Oliver, congratulations. At which moment of the game was it the final whistle that it finally set in that it was your last game managing Crystal Palace?
Final whistle. So honestly, because I think we did really well keeping the ball in their half, but again, I think it was then the keeper kicked another long ball. You never know, a second ball deflected, and had a free kick. I think Jean got a header, missing the target. So. No, I was just really. So I took a deep breath with the final whistle.
Joshua.
Adam, we saw you limp off on Sunday. Was there any ever doubt that you weren't going to start and then play 90 minutes and then run the show like that? Just talk us through that.
Yeah, there was a lot of doubt. Pretty much just had my foot in an ice box for the last couple of days. Just trying to get the swelling down and stuff. Few painkillers, and that done the job. So yeah, to be fair, like, I couldn't really shoot fully, so even the shot was a bit it wasn't.
Never seen you shooting.
Yeah, it wasn't very comfortable, but I'm not going to miss a final for a little swollen ankle, so yeah.
Okay, Rachel behind, thank you.
Hi Oliver, congratulations again. when we first met you back in Beckenham in February 2024, you told us who you were not. You were not a magician. You were not David Copperfield. And I just, because it's our last opportunity, want to ask you who you are and how you'd like to be remembered by Crystal Palace Football Club after bringing a little bit of magic to the club.
No, I just guided this group of players and their staff, and I supported them. And I said, and this is because it's my 100% conviction. So I can't do anything alone. I could be the best magician; it wouldn't work without the players. And so it's all the players deserve all the credit, because they have to listen, they have to trust me or myself and the staff, of course. They have to work very hard, and I think every player will tell you that I'm very demanding. So if things don't go how I think they should go, or if players probably drop the standard by 1 or 2%, I can't accept it. So this is just, and then sometimes they're a little bit upset with me, and that's fine. But at the end, I think they know that I want the best for every single one, and I want the best for the team. And this, as soon as everybody understood this, we just created a fantastic spirit, and we always increased the standard, and we were said, okay, we don't drop it anymore, because it makes fun, and we see what is possible. And this is what I see as my job, to get everybody aligned in the way we are playing, in the way we are defending, in the way we are attacking, and to get everybody aligned in the mindset we have. And therefore you need great, of course, talented football players, but you need great characters, because they have to follow, and so they deserve all the credit. And at the end, it's now with 1 year delay that Crystal Palace, the players, the club and the supporters get what they have deserved last year after winning the FA Cup, and that's a spot in the Europa League.
Okay. Kurt.
Hi, question for Oliver. Congratulations. You've brought so much joy to Crystal Palace. You clearly have such a strong emotional connection with the players, with the supporters. After you've had a night like this, a moment like this, is there any chance you could be persuaded to stay?
No. I remember you asked me once, it was at the academy, that when the fans prepared the banner, when we were struggling a little bit, and it's the same. It's I see myself as a servant for the players, as a servant for the club, and then somebody who gives the direction, and of course. I told the players today in the meeting when we had it in the hotel, because I got many messages from fans where they said thank you for the best day in my life and all the stuff, and I really appreciate it. And I told the players exactly the same. So I have to say thank you to the players. I have to say thank you to the supporters, because it's the same. It's also another incredible day for me and for my family, sharing these moments with my family here at Leipzig again. It's just a fantastic day. So I have to say thank you to the players, because they have to do all the job.
Thanks.
Thank you. This gentleman over here on the left. Thank you.
Herr Glasner, herzlichen Glückwunsch. Jetzt geht eine Zeit zu Ende.
Congratulations. The emotional time is coming to an end, probably quite challenging. How are you coping with that? Are you going to take a few months to digest all this now? Or are you going to accept the next offer at the new club? What's the plan? Oh, that's difficult. I would not like.
You don't understand it. You do.
Tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. Today we are celebrating, and everyone who knows me knows that I was in a tunnel and I didn't think about anything else, only at this final. But yeah, I can celebrate. I'll do that tonight with the players. and tomorrow we'll be hungover flying back, and then I'm going back to my family, and then after that, I don't know, I've cancelled everything so far. I didn't want anything, didn't have any energy to think about that or to talk to any other club, because I thought that I had to be here concentrated 100% with these chaps. They deserve my full attention, and anything that I could say today will be wrong tomorrow. I've learned that, so that's why I know that I'm going to drink a few beers with the players, and tomorrow we're going to fly back to London.
Thank you.
No, the Austrians.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Yeah, we'll go there.
Oliver, beim Schlusspfiff hast du.
So, at the final whistle, you seemed very calm, calmer after other wins like this. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know when we won the Europa League with Frankfurt, I ran onto the pitch for a few meters and then I stopped and I was wondering, did it really happen? And it was the same today. Did we really do it today? So it was the 60th game today, and I remember how intense this year has been for everyone, especially for the players, but for everyone. And the fact that with all the trouble that we've had, and we thought we played the Europa League, then we thought we would be completely out, and then we had about 10 days before the first game against Fredrikstad, that's when we found out that we had to play the playoffs in the Conference League, but no one complained about that. We all accepted it, and we said, okay, that's what it is what it is. Let's take this detour with all its hurdles. And that's why it seemed incredible. Like, did we really make this? So we've played 17 games there. This is like half a Bundesliga season. So, yeah, a bit sadness, of course. And then you're thinking, well, that's it. And until today, before the start of the game, I hadn't even thought about anything else. But now it is over. And that's what came up in that moment.
Oliver, zuerst einmal gratuliere.
So, congratulations. So, not only let's talk about this, let's look back at February 2024. Everyone knows that you have goals at the time. You wanted to avoid relegation. But what was the bigger goal that you had? What did you think is possible with this club?
Yeah,
well, we didn't really have objectives in terms of like table, but we didn't talk about FA Cup win or Europe at the time. That was so far gone there. We had many injured players. We're 5 points above the line. So for me, it's important. So to have an environment that we create an environment where everyone would like to be, where everyone is willing to invest a lot in themselves and the team. And then I know, and that's always my objective, and I told the players this on day one. And at any club where I've worked, I've not managed to do this, but I would like to get 100% out of every single player. That might have worked for 80-90%, but for a few it just doesn't work, unfortunately. But that is my objective, and I think the players feel that. We want to support them, we want to push them. Sometimes also we want to give them a kick in the bum, but but we want everyone to give their best, and that's non-negotiable. They have to do everything for the team. And I know if we can do that, then we will be successful. Whether that's a trophy or the best number of points in the Premier League history or whatever, I don't know that. But it's always, at every club, I've always achieved one of these successes.
Ryan at the back and the gentleman there.
DJ is waiting.
What, the DJ?
DJ is waiting, yeah, I heard.
Congratulations, both of you. A question for Adam, if that's okay. You mentioned your ankle, Adam, but obviously you've had a little bit of a setback recently, not being selected for England. First of all, how did you respond to that? And to produce a performance like that in a major European final, are you booking any holidays, or are you going to wait to see if maybe there's a chance that you might enter Thomas Tuchel's thinking?
That's just part of football. It was never a guarantee I was going to go. I knew that. And yeah, when he called me, he just told me I wasn't there. He said it was close. But yeah, like I said, that's football. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Still had 2 games for Palace to go. Obviously tonight being a massive one. So I don't really dwell on them things too much. It's not the end of the world. I'm still young. Hopefully there's other tournaments and World Cups that I can go to in the future, but I was just focused on Palace and coming here and getting the win, which we have done. So I'm glad with that, and I've got a couple places booked to go, but I'm just going to enjoy my summer here and tonight. Well done.
Thank you. The 2 rows in front in white. Thank you very much.
Question for Oliver. Oliver, you became just the second Austrian to win 2 European trophies after Ernst Happel, to be in the same name with as Ernst Happel. What does that make you feel like?
No, of course it's 2 major European trophies, but I think Ernst Happel won twice the Champions League, so much better than I.
European Cup.
I think it was Cup of the Champion. It was different format, but I think he won. Or was it twice? Champions League, Cup der Landesmeister. Yeah, but twice Champions League. Yes, so I won just the Europa League and the Conference League. So yeah, you could ask me the same question. If I have won the Champions League twice, then probably I'm on the same level than he is. But now I don't feel like this. And it's also not important. It's different times. But Ernst Happel, his times ahead, like probably Pep Guardiola was in the last decade. And so I think I don't deserve to be compared to him.
Okay. That's it. Thank you very much, everyone.
So give me just because it's my last press conference.
It is.
It is. It's my last press 120.
This season.
Press conference, and I would like to thank you, especially all the English ones who were on maybe all 120 press conferences. So thank you for asking not too stupid questions, and also always listening to my European accent. Thank you very much. And the thing we could deliver is that you can travel in Europe next season as well. So like the players, so hopefully you have extended your visa already. So thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Enjoy the holidays like we all do. And
thank you.
Hopefully you will sit and write about the next final next year. Thank you very much.
Oliver, Thank you. Thank you, everyone.